When I entered, I was just astonished by it, and I really love it. Today is absolutely great day for us because the spring in Breda is officially here. And after the lovely visit in Pop-Up Concept Gallery, which we had a few months ago just before Christmas, now we are invited to visit the atelier of Liesbeth. So our auditory can actually see and visit the previous video and the podcast Art Matchmakers. But now let's hear more about your art and how actually Elizabeth became an artist and how this atelier started to exist. You were saying back then that you have been studying fashion, and this is your specialty, more or less, because you continue working in the art with textile materials and materials that involve design as well. For example, wallpapers. We will show some of the great examples that you also work on for the new exhibition. So what was the first steps and how you saw yourself as an artist?
For the beginning, I don't try to call myself an artist because I'm doing this part-time and then very, very little part-time. So I wanted to have more time to work more in my atelier, but I also have to work as a teacher, an art teacher. So there is not so much time to work as an artist. It's also when do you call someone an artist? I mean, when he makes things of his own, that has his own handwriting, his own, then that you can see, oh, that's Liesbeth Godry. I don't know if I'm so far, so I won't call myself an artist, not yet.
Very nice. You are very humble. Tell us a little bit more why you chose this track to work especially with the textile, and what was the first experience that you had with the textile materials?
Well, textile is my background because I started as a student at the School of Art, and I did the fashion designing. So that was a start with textile, and it always was part of my life. I never worked in the textile or in the fashion industry or as a designer, textile designer, but I did other things which were close to textile designing, like being a stylist for interiors, a window designer, also for clothing shops or interior shops. So my work was always a little bit near textile designing, like what I used to study at the art academy. And all the time I also had an atelier. It was not always this one. I only have it for 2.5 years now, I think, or 2 years. But I always had an atelier, and I was always telling myself, you have to use that atelier to work in it and to get, expose yourself. But it never worked in that way because I was also becoming a mother, and well, there were other things in my life that were more important than doing your own work as a free artist. And I'm very anxious to start with that, but there are always things in life which makes you make another choice, because being an artist is having the time, having the money, having the spirit to do all that. And when one of these...
And the energy as well, because
and the energy
art sucks so much energy from the artist.
Yeah. And maybe also the fear, like when I'm spending a lot of time in my atelier working on things, and it doesn't work, or nobody likes it, or well, it's also the fear of failing, the failure. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you experiment a lot with the intersection between the artistic approach and the design by using some of the ready-made art pieces that you can find in the decoration shop, for example, or ready-made design for wallpapers? You transform these works and then you show totally different creative side of this design. We have few examples behind you. Can you tell us a little bit more about the paintings that are behind you?
These are also wallpapers I found in a shop, and I like them very much. And because I was a wallpaper designer for a little time, but it didn't work for me to, well, to place all the designs you make on a rapport and between lines, and that didn't go for me. But well, I did some work in wallpaper designing, and maybe that's why I'm still fond of wallpapers and to see what you can do with it, because it's very cheap. You can buy a whole roll, yeah, and then you can try everything with it. You have already a background. When it's a beautiful background, the background leads you to something to do with it, or yeah, to place on top of it, and so it becomes another kind of texture or design, and that's what I like.
It's so interesting that you were used to make the pattern that didn't work for you because you were a little bit out of the cage and you didn't want to put yourself in the pattern of the wallpaper cage. And still nowadays you implement the pattern as a background where you can step on and then continue creating. And then in that sense, you are not actually tied behind this pattern, but you are completely free because of the pattern.
Yeah.
And it's nice because I see it as you give a second chance to the pattern behind the wallpaper design. It's not for you so narrowing, just the opposite. If in the past it was narrowing you, expecting that you will make a sequence, now it's making your paintings vivid and alive. With these three very beautiful art paintings that are behind you, the Gray series, you plan to make an exhibition. Can you tell us more about that?
Me myself, I was very fond when I was working on them. I was also thinking, wow, I do this, and I don't think I saw it before. And not only for that, but also because I was fond of the wallpaper itself, and I found it somewhere far away in a very cheap shop, and nobody would buy it anymore, I think, because it's very ugly. But I was, for me, it was the chance to make something new out of it, and it worked. I became very glad with it and happy, and I was wow. And then I thought, okay, when you're so fond of the three things you made, why leave them in your atelier to the wall, and they stand there, they do nothing. Also, a friend of mine told me, go to the to make a frame, de lijst te maken.
Yeah, the lijst.
De lijst te maken. So I went to the lijstenmakerij, and well, we choose these kind of type of lijst. It's museum quality also. And it cost me a lot of money, but I thought, okay, now I have three
absolutely completed
yeah,
pieces ready to be hanged on somebody's wall.
That's still the last thing to do, to put them in the gallery and show them on the walls and get a spot on it and well.
Do you consider yourself as a growing artist? Do you see big change happening through the years of experience, or it's like a little red thread that just go with the years?
I think I see myself more as someone who has periods of working and then period not, period of working, and every time I make other kind of works, but also always with the textile goes with it always. I had a period that I made these monumental kind of things, these ropes with the jute. In the beginning, when they were, because they're from 2016, they were more full. Now they're hanging a little bit like dead plants or something. But in the beginning they were full, and I don't know how it works with the jute, but it's wow. The material is going, yeah, more flat, or I don't know.
Yeah. And what was the story behind this piece of art? What it had to be like? Composition of separate?
No, it was just that I had these ropes already for 15 years in my atelier, and they were lying there doing nothing. And then I refounded the textile jute, and I discovered that when you put out the yarns, no, the threads, no.
Yeah.
Out of them, you get a real nice, with the things left over. I put them all in the ropes. This kind of work I also do with children. These kind of work, and they like it very much.
They are touring it. They don't make it, but they just make like.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And then this is the piece that comes out. So this is the basic material, and then this is the piece that comes out of this.
Yeah.
It looks fragile because this looks very heavy and tough and thick, and then you can make it look.
What this is. You can do so much with it. It's very nice stuff to work with. So.
And you are still enjoying it. You didn't leave it in the cupboard and forget about this artwork.
No, I still like it, but what I say, it doesn't spring anymore. This is what I. When I had an exposition with these, I made this text with it. When I was working on it, it's true. It reminded me on my youth when with my grandparents, because my grandfather had a maalderij. Don't know the English word. A place where you have graan and silos. Where they put the things in these zakken, in the zakken. No, it was more the smell, smell of it when it's fresh, and when I was working with it, all the time I had to think about my roots and my youngest youth.
Can you tell us the story behind the black ones? Do
Black
they
ones?
have a name? Yeah.
No, they
No?
don't have a name. No.
Do you actually name your artworks usually?
No.
No.
No. You mean these ones?
Yeah.
They're behind a curtain.
So what was the inspiration for them? How they were born?
Well, I had this wallpaper, and it's very lining, very straight, and I wanted to make another. I'm not that straight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always working with organic forms or so. Well, I just started with.
You wanted to disturb a little bit the
Yeah.
narrow lines.
That's a good one.
Very nice. And they, all of your works, they are impressive with the 3D shape that they create, which I think works also in the brain of the public and the visitor of the atelier, because it makes a very vivid picture of what is going on. And somehow, especially this one, you saw me when I entered, I was just astonished by it, and I really love it. And it's such a nice example of what I have in mind, that the 3D shape looks like it is alive and like it is something very dear to you, something that you want to hug and to take home with you. Okay. just to be together with this piece and share some emotions. And here is actually the amazing collection that you created with the
Yeah.
wallpaper atelier.
For the wallpaper.
We can
firm,
show
for the firm.
some of them, but yeah, they are super impressive.
I choose 10 out of them and I place them inside a Japanese paper. So these are the ones I didn't choose, but you like them.
You use very interesting shape with them because they are asymmetrical and part of it is on the upper side, but it was the purpose to continue down. So they are very vertical, and that's very nice for a high wall, for example, a high ceiling house.
Don't know what you like to see. Well,
Yeah,
they're
just
different colors, different.
Yeah, I just want to remember.
They're all the same size, but they're different colors.
Yes.
And different structures.
Yeah. And the technique is water-based paint, acrylic.
Yeah, but with all kinds of stuff placed on it.
That's beautiful. Yeah. The paper is also very important because this type of paper, very high quality, it also speaks for itself and it gives very nice feeling with the artwork.
They okay with the type of.
Yeah, that looks very fancy, very nice. And about this, we were discussing before the recording that they are absolutely original and it's not graphic technique, it's not print,
no.
It's totally handmade, made by you. And it's very impressive how you did it. It's very beautiful. What you want that we focus on as a highlight at the end? The very colorful one that were here, or more like the Van Gogh and the new collection?
No, not a Van Gogh. No, that's a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Let's finish with the joke.
It's more a joke. Oh, yeah, you can finish with a joke. I'm from Zundert, so I also have to do something with Van Gogh.
We have here a very nice spring collection going on, again with the same technique that you are using by disturbing the pattern and the existing already design. And what is super impressive and really, as you call it, a joke, is your decision actually to practically destroy the look,
the sunflowers,
the look of something that is already emblematic. And I would say that it's rather brave to do so, because it's your own expression and how you see the things. And I would love to think also that it's your rebel against the ready-made culture and all this printed repetition of something that used to be original once.
Yeah.
They all look different. So what triggered you to buy them all together? Or you took one and then went for another one? And
oh, they had, I think, 20 or 30 of these. And, but I thought, well, let's buy 4 and see what I can do with them, just as a joke.
Is this your favorite from Van Gogh?
Oh, no, no. It's just because it was this painting that was that I saw.
So my call will be buy originals. Even if you want to buy just a home decoration, those already is an original artwork compared to ready-made printed placed in the shop for a few bucks. What comes next is clearly a new exhibition and probably wonderful spring and good weather in Breda. Let's hope about that. What do you plan for pop-up gallery?
At the moment, we have an event of an artist who is doing urban paintings. Then maybe I will see if I can show some works there. And well, the gallery itself, the shop, is open until the end of July, so we don't have much time anymore.
Oh, and that will be. So people should be very, very fast to visit and to check up with the art there.
Yeah, and we're thinking about how to move on, how to give it another, we don't know yet.
Yeah, that's another joke in the art, right? You never know what the next day will look like.
No.
Interesting. But your atelier is fantastic, and I'm very, very thankful for your invitation. And of course, I will be super happy to come again if it is possible.
Yeah, of course.
And
you're welcome.
It's a very nice start for the season. So see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.